Excuse me.
Turn at the first right onto Perkins Valley Road. Turn at the first right onto I-40 East.
Why did you? Good morning. 11:22. I guess it's more afternoon, but since my clock still says 11:22, we'll go with the morning. I-40 eastbound Arizona. Just left Holbrook. Little TA Petro right there. Did a quick little 30-minute break. We've done 250 or 275 miles so far today here in New Mexico. So we got 70-ish miles to the border. So we'll stop in Milan. We're going to stop in on the other side of Albuquerque. We'll stop in I forget where we're stopping on the other side of Albuquerque. Alright, sorry about the interruptions there, but we're out to nowhere. So we have 154 miles to our next stop, 118 miles, then 138 miles. Those are our little stops all the way over to Tucumcari, New Mexico. And that'll deliver us about 683, 86 miles for the day. Like I said, the biggest, the biggest thing in the way right now on our trip is going to be Albuquerque. We already got past Flagstaff, fairly easy. The delays they were talking about all the way back to Kingman here in Arizona on I-40. The slowdown delays I said was going to happen didn't happen. So we got around, got past Flagstaff real easy. So we are good to go. So now, like I said, we got about an hour roughly to the border with New Mexico. Then of course, dealing with Flagstaff, dealing with Albuquerque, and then on to Tucumcari. So we're looking to get to Tucumcari. Let's see. We've already done a 30-minute break. We're going to enter into Central Time. Well, no, we're going to enter into Mountain Time, sorry. Enter into Mountain Time when we get into New Mexico. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to calculate as being at 12:25 right now. That way it just makes it a little bit easier. So, we are not looking to get into Tucumcari till approximately 6 p.m. Roughly. Little here, little there, but 6 p.m. roughly we should get into Tucumcari for the night. Roy and Becky, my two favorite RV troublemakers. And I only say that now because you're on the you're in the chat. I could talk about Gina Payne. I could talk about nursing our travel bug, but I'll pick on you two. How you guys doing? Like I said, here we are in Arizona, eastbound, heading to Missouri, to the east side of Missouri. Either, more than likely, I'm going to Festus, Missouri, off of I-55, I believe, a little bit south of St. Louis. Mr. Travis Anderson, how you doing, sir? Like I said, we just stopped here at the TA Petro in Holbrook, Arizona. We did our 30-minute break there. We are doing good. We are doing good. How you doing? We are doing very well. Unfortunately, last night I had a bit of a nightmare last night involving my wife, and believe me, I never want to experience that ever again. That dream was one of the most, now in my entire 50 and a half years of conscious life after birth, that was simply the worst nightmare I've ever had, And fortunately, it was only a dream. And even more fortunate, I could talk to my wife this morning, and just hearing her voice took all that away. But that's not, I've had dreams about losing, couldn't find my wife or whatnot, but this one was, I actually woke up with fear sweat, not just normal sweat. I'm hot, my body's reacting. This was actual fear sweat. So I did not smell quite as good as I should have when I got up here. The literal smell of fear. My heart was pounding. It's like it was not a pleasant night. I didn't sleep all too well to begin with. Then you add that on top of it. Hey, Valley. But, that brown Peterbilt that just went by the other way, another Valley truck. So like I said, I just did not have a good night's sleep. and then have it ruined by nightmare just made it even worse. But only a dream, so we are good to go. My wife, as usual, just talking to her made it better. So happy about that. So like I said, we are taking parts for an Atlas Copco, I guess they're calling it a mobile drill. We're taking that from Temecula, California, and we're taking that to Festus, Missouri. And with the deadhead from Madera, California, we're looking at about 2,200 mile drive. We got loaded yesterday from Temecula north up to Barstow, California to get on the I-40. I-40 out to Lake Havasu City on I-40 in Arizona, exit number 9. We stayed there overnight. I got there around 6:30. So, wasn't exactly, where I wanted to get to. I wanted to get another 45 minutes down the road to Kingman, Arizona. That would have made today a little bit easier, but 45 minutes, I can swing that to get myself to Tucumcari, New Mexico tonight. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, It's saying roughly just about 10 hours drive time. I had to add a little bit of time for for stopping to get fuel in Kingman, stopping to do my load check, stopping to do my 30-minute break. So all in all, we're looking like 11 hours, just about to get to 11 and a half hours to get to Tucumcari tonight. But we do about 680 miles today. We'll do about 655 miles tomorrow, going from Tucumcari. We're going to do US 54. We're going to go northeast. So we're going to go into Texas, up near Stratford, Dalhart. We're going to go that way up into the panhandle of Oklahoma. We're going to follow that up to Liberal, Kansas. And once we get into Kansas, we're going to follow that, I believe, over to South Hutchinson, Kansas. And then work our way over to Kansas, the south side of Kansas City. Work our way up to get onto I-70. And tomorrow night, we will get to Higginsville, Missouri for the night. That puts us about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, maybe 4, like 180 to 200 miles away from our delivery Thursday. So, a fairly easy run. We are not on permits. We are not oversized. We don't have to worry about, we don't have to worry about the weather as much. We don't have to worry about, being oversized, being flags, banners, lights, paying money for the states that we got to go through for permits. We don't have to worry about speed limit regulations. We don't have to worry about assigned roads. Go the way we want, pretty much. Big memo, straight out. So, we are only carrying 3 pallets with maybe not even 3,000 pounds, a payload. So my load is 3 pallets, super easy, super light, no problem. The first guy, I was the second guy to arrive at the shipper there in Temecula. Had to wait for a crane, but blah, blah, blah. The first guy has an RGM to where he's loading the main driving portion of this machine. It's got tracks, it's got a big area, it's drivable, blah, blah, blah. Holds all the machinery. The second guy, who was the third guy to show up, he got the drill derrick that had to be separated from the machine. He got that, and that weighs about 17,000, 18,000 pounds. Not too bad. So 3 trucks to move this machine. I'm in the lead right now because the guy with the drill derrick, he had an issue. He had to go back to the shipper. So he didn't even leave California. I think he got maybe 40 miles up the road and had to turn around for an issue. So he's not going anywhere until late today, probably. The first guy's taking the main body of the machine. He's oversized. He's got 65,000 pound payload. He's 12 foot wide. He's probably about 14 foot tall. So he has to wait for permits before he can drive. So he's going nowhere today. So at a bare minimum, I'm going to be a day ahead. But they're not going to be able to deliver until Monday. I might not be able to deliver until Monday, which is not exactly what I want. If I get there Thursday morning, and they say, do not deliver until Monday with the rest of the parts, that means I have to go find a place to park, which near Festus I can go. I got Bloomsdale, there's a Love's there, and a little bit further south on I-55. There's a Pilot Flying J down there I could stop at. But like I said, if they make me wait all the rest of the day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy at all. I would like to get there, deliver my 4 little pallets, a catwalk, rubber, shielding, a little bit of pipe, a little bit of, attaching plates and brackets and a piston and a box of parts. I guess nuts and bolts and fittings and whatnot. If I have to hold that until Monday, I'm going to be very upset. What should happen is A, I get there Thursday, make my delivery, get it signed off, get it off the truck, and then get my next load assigned immediately so I can pick it up Friday morning. Or even better yet, Thursday afternoon. But we will see what happens. It's always a guessing game. Alright, so Rand McNally, my GPS is telling me 1 hour and 55 minutes to my next stop, Milan, M-I-L-A-N, New Mexico. We got a Love's truck stop. We're going to stop in there. Exit 79 here on I-40, New Mexico. So we got 54 miles roughly to the border with New Mexico. Why can you people not be patient? I need room in front of the truck I just passed to pass them safely. Be patient. Do not pass on the right. That hurts people. That's how people die. Get into a blind spot and they crush you. Thank you very much. There's nowhere you need to go once you get out of California. That bad. Please. Be patient. You'll get where you need to go. People, please. Take your time on the highway. You will get where you need to go. Petrified Forest National Park, I believe is to the north. I believe it's to the north here, off to our left. I believe that's not too far away. Yeah, I mean, when you're on the road, you got to remember, I may only weigh 36,000 pounds, almost empty right now. 36,000 pounds, 18 tons. That little gray car, that little gray SUV from California that was trying to pass me on the right, weighs approximately a little bit less than 2 tons. I am 9 times heavier. In an accident, doesn't matter whose fault it is, which vehicle do you think is going to win? Basic physics, basic understanding of mass. The bigger one's going to win out. Even as light comparably to what I normally am for a truck, as light as I am at 18 tons, no car out there can withstand this truck running over them. So for the love of Mike, love of Pete, the love of whoever, please, just give us enough room to do what we need to do. When this truck passes this, let's say this truck up here, when I pass this guy, I need a minimum of 1 truck length in front of him before I pull back over. I'm not going to pull over so I just miss his bumper. That's unsafe. I'm going to give him a truck length, that way he can sort of see around me. That way he has time to react to if I have to hit my brakes, or I blow a tire and bits of rubber go blowing out the back, or God forbid something fell off my trailer. God forbid I have a heart attack and slammed on my brakes, and then he could run right into me. He has a little bit more space to do that. Petrified Forest National Park, 1 mile here to the next exit. One of the places that I have never been to, but I've been past 5, 6, 7 dozen times in my driving career here on I-40. But that's the kind of misunderstanding, let's try to put it that way, of what a normal truck driver, and I use that term normal as loose as possible for myself. My wife would agree with that. But the normal truck driver, not an owner-operator who has time to stop and go wherever they want, your normal company truck driver does not have the time to go and see America. You get to travel America. You get to see America. No, I don't. This is what I see. The highway, a couple miles to my left, a couple miles to my right, a couple miles in front, maybe a mile or 2 behind me. My gauges, the highway, the traffic, truck stops, dirt lots, John Deere dealers, factories, warehouses. You know, the backs of Walmarts, the Home Depots, and the sides of highways, on ramps, off ramps. That's what we as truck drivers typically see. Ricky there will attest to what RVers see. I wish I could be in an RV. I wish I had an Airstream right now. Me and my wife going anywhere we want, whenever we want, stay however long we want. We want to go canoeing, we go canoeing. We want to go back to Maryland, where I'm from. We want to go to a Royal Farm store and get some really good fried chicken. We just get in the truck and pull the RV to Maryland. We want to go see Mount Rushmore. We go do that. We want to go up to Northwest Washington, up to Hoboken. We park there. We go down to Galveston. We go to Florida. We go to middle of nowhere, Kansas. That's when you get to see America. You get to stop. You get to enjoy. You get to spend time. I've seen America. Well, that's the plan, Roy, Becky. That's the plan. You know, my wife is Australian. She wants to see America. That's our plan. Get our little piece of property in Northwest Montana, build our house, you know, do everything that a family does, but get in the RV, go travel, go see, like I said, go see the Grand Canyon. I have never seen the Grand Canyon. Been past it dozens of times. I've driven right next to Hoover Dam. Never been over it. I've been past, you know, I've been through the Black Hills of you know, the Badlands, the Black Hills, the Crazy Mountains, you know, all these places that I, you know, never been to the Spiral Staircase, never been to the Arches, you know, been past White Sands, never stopped, never had the time or the ability. I want to take my wife there. Oh yeah, see that's the thing, you know, like, you know, people say, well, why are you going to travel once the COVID thing is done? I said yes. But I have no need to go overseas. Oh wait, I have a friend who's a truck driver. He likes going overseas to travel. I don't need that. I grew up in Japan for 10 years. I lived overseas. I lived immersed in another culture. I consider myself part Japanese. You grew up as a child for 10 years in that kind of environment, there you go. You know, but I want to be able to take my wife everywhere. You know, places that I've been, places that neither of us been, that we get to experience for the first time. You know, my entire life, well, since Close Encounters of the Third Kind came out, my entire life, since that point in time, I have wanted to go to Devil's Tower. I have never been there. Been past it, haven't been able to see it from the highway, but I want to go. I want to camp. I want to walk up and touch it. You know? That's when I can really start to see America. When we have that. But for right now, we make the sacrifice. When we actually are able to buy our property and we have everything straight and we can afford to have the RV and go around America and just live. We don't have to work. We don't have to think about money or anything like that. We can just go and be. We can enjoy our lives. That is when myself and my wife will be able to see America. You know, not only the places that I've been able to go to and see with my own eyes already, but also to be able to take my wife and say, Stephanie, I get to see it now through your eyes, you know. And that's why I am kind of jealous of people like Roy and Becky, you know. Now, granted, I will give this sort of qualification. I'm not jealous of you going to Quartzsite. Quartzsite, I drive through there too many times in a truck. It's too many people in Quartzsite. Even out in the desert, there's too many people. That's one of those RV areas I don't want to go. Now I want to go to Passamaquoddy in Maine. Ever since I saw the movie Pete's Dragon when I was a kid, I always liked the sound of that word, Passamaquoddy, Whackamasaki, Hackamaquoddy, Sakamahaki. You know, Red Buttons, Mickey Rourke, Helen Reddy. What was that? Shelley Winters. Great movie. Now the remake sucked, but there you go. Like I said, I want to go to Hobuck, there in Washington State, up on the Olympic Peninsula, almost as far as you can go northwest and be on mainland America. I want to go up to Alaska. I mean, the only time I've ever been to Alaska was the airport in Anchorage, flying through back from Japan to America. That was it. I've had enough of winter to, do that, but like I said, when me and my wife, when winter comes around up there in Lake Kalispell or Lake Flathead, in Montana, like Kalispell, Polson, Eureka, Montana, Libby, that area up there, northwest Montana. When winter comes around, me and my wife can pack up the RV, head down south. Head down to Key West. Head down to Galveston. Head down, to visit these places that, where all the other snowbirds go to. All right. Just a little under 40 miles to the border. With New Mexico. And surprisingly, for this time of year, it's a lot greener here than it's been in a long, long time. I'm not a fan of this ecosystem out here. No trees. No real grass, it's dry, it's hot. Not my speed out here. I'm too much of a Yankee, too much of an Easterner, too much of a, Maryland, Baltimore, Chesapeake Bay guy to be in this kind of environment. Which is why I don't understand why so many of my relatives who were born in Texas or migrated to Texas from Maryland like it so much. Not for me. I may say y'all, but I'm not a Southerner. I'm not a Texan. But, it's okay, but I still want to see places like this. I mean, this kind of environment, I want to be able to take a week-long horseback ride, chuck wagon, riding the range, and so as it were, camping out every night with a campfire and, the blazing saddles, campfire with the beans, scene and, whatnot. just to enjoy myself. But on a steady diet, nah, no thanks. All right. So I had about 2 truck lengths in front of that Freightliner. So we passed him nice and safe. We got about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes up here to Milan, New Mexico. We got a Love's truck stop there. I've been to many, many times before. So we're gonna pop in there, we're gonna check our straps, check our load, our tires, our lights, make sure we don't have anything leaking, nothing's broken. Then we'll hit the road again. About an hour and 40 minutes down the road. We'll get through Albuquerque. Pardon me. We'll get through Albuquerque, which really shouldn't be too much of a problem. Around 2:30-ish, and then we'll get through Albuquerque, maybe 3 o'clock. We'll make 1 pit stop, and then we will head off to Tucumcari, where we're parking for the night. We have 6 hours and 13 minutes left on our clock for the day of drive time available to us. Albuquerque, 193 miles, so a little over an hour away from Milan. About an hour and 10 minutes away from Milan is the city center of Albuquerque. So, like I said, just about an hour or so. We'll hit the outskirts, get through there, bing, bang, boom. And like I said, a little on the east side of Albuquerque, we're going to make a stop. And then, of course, like I said, Tucumcari. We'll get all the way over there. And hopefully, please, Lord, let their laundry be working. The last 4 stops the places I've stopped at overnight, the laundry's either not been working or was not existing. So I desperately need to get a good 4 loads of laundry done. Frustrating. And the only other thing besides work that I have to worry about is A, maintaining the truck, but that's part of work. I am taking a little bit of time off September the 8th, basically through that next Monday, so Wednesday to Monday, September 8th to the 12th. Well, actually, yeah. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm taking a couple days off near my sister's house there in Georgia. I got my appointment with the Cobb County Probate Court. Get my concealed weapons, my concealed carry license. Finally able to get that done. Now they stopped being nonsensical about the filling out the application because of the virus. So finally was able to get that 5 months 4 months later. Yeah, about 4 months later, able to actually get you know, get that taken care of finally. We're moving over away from this police officer up here. Eastbound, right side, 331. If you weren't speeding like you were, that wouldn't have happened. That's right there, that car right there, that California, you know, Mazda right there, was somebody who passed me 3 different times, twice in those 3 times, cutting me off right in front of my bumper. Maybe he'll drive a little more sense now instead of speeding down the highway or cutting people off. Either way. All right, so this past weekend, me and my wife, we did our normal weekend video dinner date, because unfortunately we're not together at the moment, you know, in person. So we make that video dinner date to kind of compensate for that. I mean, 6-7 hours on the phone every day, morning and night. Yeah, that does help, but being able to see each other is even more help, and eating the same meal, you know, facing each other, that really does help us a lot. So this past weekend, we had chicken fried rice for our dinner. So we did that together. This next weekend, we plan on doing barbecue chicken. You know, but you know, French fries or you know, some kind of fried potato. And she doesn't really like coleslaw, but I might make some anyway, you know, this week, because I got a thing of cabbage, I got carrot, I got the onion, I got the Miracle Whip, I got the black pepper. That's my recipe. So I might make some coleslaw just for myself. But we'll have to figure out what kind of vegetable. I might do corn on the cob for that, but that'll be our dinner date this next weekend. But for tonight, you know, after I get my laundry started, I think I'm just going to make a little bit of rice, a bit of ground beef, and some mixed vegetables or some green beans. Just put those 2 things on top of a bowl of rice, a bit of soy sauce, a bit of garlic, a bit of onion maybe, a little bit of saute there. And we'll call that a meal for tonight. Nothing fancy. But other than that, it's been diet time. You know, cut back on the sodas, cut back on the cakes and cookies and chips and other carbohydrates. Gotta be healthy. Gotta do what we can. The first thing I do is the diet. Secondly, I do a bit of yoga, do a bit of little calisthenics. It's not always easy staying healthy on the road. Number one, the way I cook and the way I eat, that's number one thing. 2, a little bit of physical exercise. 3, I take my vitamins, my minerals, and other supplements. And probably the biggest control over what I do and how I do it, my wife says I can or can't have some. So, there you go. But, other than that, we are doing fairly well. Other than that, we are doing fairly well, life-wise. No real big things going on that are really stressful or anything like that. And just working for our future. So that's the thing. Way station, 2 miles. It says it's closed. Outstanding. So, Arizona way station. I-40. And 3, I'll put it at 340. It says it's closed, so we're good for that. Sanders, Arizona. All right, let's see here. We got 12:08, but 12:09 p.m. Now we're gonna pass that way station. Good, good, good. Then we got to enter into New Mexico. We got to enter into Mountain Time. Oh, okay. So enter New Mexico. I-40. Enter into Mountain Time Zone. So we're automatically going to lose an hour on the normal clock for the day. So we're going to go from the 12 o'clock hour into the 1 o'clock hour. Going east, we always lose that time. Then after that, we got a New Mexico way station after that. Mile marker 341 we are at. Navajo Indian Reservation. Pardon me. Holy mackerel. There we got a guy up here with his flashers on. I don't know why. Not oversized, so unless he's got something wrong with his truck, we're going to get around him as quickly as possible, let him deal with that. Carino. basically over that mountain right there, other side of that mountain is basically New Mexico. Roughly about 16 miles to the border right now, something like that. Actually, probably more like 24. Sorry, about 24 miles to the border, something like that. Well, 80, no, 16, around 16, sorry. Oh yeah. Yeah, Arizona's weird like that. You got one little section that acts all goofy and whatnot. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of daylight savings time. I never thought it was I never thought it did any good. You know, it just confuses people. It's a big old hassle for what? Oh, it's dark outside. We don't want the children to go to school in the dark. Well, start the day an hour later. You know, simple as that. Or you tell them to grow up and deal with it. Boo-hoo. It's a little dark outside. That's the problem with living on the earth. You got to deal with that. Oh, ready. Okie dokie smoky. Well, like I said, today, get to Tucumcari. Tomorrow, Higginsville, Missouri. Via a little bit of New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, then up into Missouri. Thursday, we should be delivering this, unless they tell me to hold off until Monday, which you're going to pay me if I'm not going to be driving. You're going to prevent me from delivering. I'm going to get compensated for that. There's no reason why I can't get this delivered on Thursday morning, and then have another load ready to run down the road to wherever. Elevation 6,000 feet. And yesterday we left Temecula, California. I think that's like 475 feet, somewhere around there. And we've been as high as 7,000 feet there near Flagstaff. So not too bad, not too bad. It says about 86 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We've done 336.5 miles so far for today. We are in 18th gear, 8 high, position 4 on the stick shift. 1500 RPM at 70 miles an hour. And just cruising right along, just letting the miles tick away. Fort Courage is for sale. Alrighty. But as you can see, we got pretty clear skies. A little bit of a cloud here or two. Off to the south there, I see a little bit more. Otherwise, not too bad. Not too bad of a day. I mean, yesterday, unfortunately, it was very hot there in Lake Havasu City when I got stopped. It was 104 degrees. I was hoping never to be back in triple digits, but there you go. Gallup, New Mexico, 32 miles. Albuquerque, 170. We got 90 miles to go to Milan. And then, like I said, we're going to make one more to tomorrow. We're going to stop by, we're going to pass through Dalhart, Texas. We're going to pass through Liberal, Kansas, Kansas City, over to Higginsville. They're on I-70. Like I said, we have about 680 miles today, maybe a little bit over than that. 655 miles tomorrow. Then we got around 200 miles on Thursday morning. So we're moving along pretty good. As long as I am back where I need to be by September the 8th, they're in Georgia. We are A-OK. Pardon me. All right. Getting close. Now, it's either called Window Rock or Cathedral Rock. I think it might be called Cathedral Rock. Up in this little escarpment up here. Which I always found this particular mountain really attractive. Really beautiful. Especially in the afternoon when the sun is nice and red. It's really shining on the rocks. This mountain right here has always been really nice to look at. Grants, New Mexico, been there. Oh, lordy. Oh, man. A little rough there, a little rough. Hawthorne. Hawthorne Road. Even though there are no hawthorn trees out here. Not a single hawthorn tree anywhere in this area. Oh, pardon me. Man. This is why I do not like the interstate highways. Boring. Window Rock. That's what it's called. Window Rock. I knew it was something like that. Window or Cathedral, but it's Window Rock. All right. Well, like I said before, at least it's somewhat nice and green, you know, relatively green out here right now. Goody gumdrops.
State overhead.
3 miles. At least that's what Ray McNally is saying, so good enough for me. Excuse me. Plenty of room in front of this Kia Sportage here. You signal first. 4, 5, or 6 blinks. Over nice and gentle. Fully in the lane. Then turn off the signal. That's how I pass. Righty. Not too bad of a picture, is it? Yeah, get rid of the cars and the billboards and the rest area and the traffic lights and all that crap. Not too bad to look at. Mile marker 359. Right. Here we are. Right here where the pavement changed. Bang, New Mexico. Here we are.
Crossing border. Entering New Mexico.
The road's pushing me off to the side there. $12, $26 is now $126. So it's now the 1 o'clock hour. Fratelli's Pizza, Bistro, and Ice Creamery. Gallup, New Mexico. Thank God I'm not dealing with that over there. All right. Holy mackerel. Like I said, sometimes, even out west, even for me, even for me, there are times where the west out here is rather beautiful, like right with this kind of image right here. Not too shabby. And this rest area is still not open. All right. Mile marker 4. Yes and no. Yes and no. Driving through Kansas and cornfield after cornfield, yeah, I'm not too happy about that. But when you actually have some real landscape, that's when I find it enjoyable. But when it's just flat, barren land, not my cup of tea, my friend. Not my cup of tea. And about 7 miles up ahead, we got the New Mexico way station. Get away from this guy here on the shoulder. So I'm just going to stay right here, right behind this forward area. I'm not going to lose that much time behind him. But once we get past this way station, we are good to go. We'll have basically an hour to our next stop in Milan. All right, we've got a bit of road work up here. Next 127 miles road work. Outstanding. Excuse me. Like I said, there is a stark beauty out here, but a little too stark for me on a regular basis, you know. Some nice painting, some nice pictures, horseback riding, camping, a little bit of that. But I could not be happy living in this kind of, you know, this kind of landscape. I'm too much of a northerner, too much of a Yankee. I need trees. I need green. I need grass. I need, you know, water. I need snow. But that's just me. Oh, Lordy, 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 Lord. Okay. So, as per typical out here, lots of freight trains. There's a Norfolk Southern train going west with a whole lot of empty cars. There's another train going to the east. As you can see, lots of filled cars. Way station ahead, 3 miles. And if we are lucky, it is closed as well. All these people in a gosh darn hurry to get there too. I want to go to the way station. Let me go. Okay, here's one train right here. And it's got 4 locomotives on it. BNSF 7140, 7267, 8038, 3998. And then immediately in front of it, which is why that train is stopped, there's another freight train stopped. Why are you getting over when you know the way station's right here? Unless he's got a pre-pass, I don't know. Way station. Well, there's some trucks off the side of the road there, so. What is this sign? Port of entry is open. Let's see here now. 135, mile marker 11. Open. I guess those guys got the transponder to bypass, so lucky them. But we don't have a transponder. We have to go in. Those lights aren't working. These lights aren't working, but they got barrels there, so we're gonna stay here. Let's see your papers. We got our bill of lading. We got everything else right there, so we are good to go for the most part. But now we get to waste a little bit of time. Dealing with this nonsense. find hard to believe that many guys have gotten a bypass. Here comes a guy. But this is what we see as truck drivers. Way stations. You know, all kinds of nonsense like that. May have to take our see some other guys here taking their stuff inside. Bringing your IFTA, bringing your bill of lading, bringing your IFTA tax stamp, and your cab card, your registration, all that nonsense. Just so they can look at it. They do not want to talk to me. I guess I have BO or something. Maybe I got a sour disposition. They don't want to talk to me. So I do not have to go in and take them all my paperwork. Hallelujah. All right. That was still more time than I wanted to waste. So we are good. It's like Willie Nelson saying, on the road again. Get back into the lane of travel, blah, blah, blah. Put it back into 18th gear. Get ourselves back up to 70 miles an hour. And roll. Basically got 1 hour to Milan, exit 79. We're gonna pop in there, we're gonna check our straps, make sure our load isn't falling off. And we will say that is get to Tucumcari for the night, and we'll call that somewhat successful. All right. Hokey dokey, Smokey. Oh, Lord and Lord, Lord. Traffic signs should be kept for traffic. Ready. Roadward, next 23 miles. Gallup, New Mexico. Here we are. Red Rock Park. Left lane closed ahead. Here we go. Slowing down for a little bit of construction here. $55 miles an hour. Slow down. So instead of slowing down, idiot, nearly caused an accident. Way to go there, meatheads. Oh boy, I tell you. Sometimes you have to wonder how these people get licenses. Bring it down to 55. Don't really want to be bunching up with these three vehicles up in front of me, so we're bringing our speed down. 50 miles an hour. Here we are. Mile marker 17. We're down to 16th gear. 45 miles an hour. Gallup, New Mexico. So we got 5 hours and 25 minutes left of drive time available for today. We got about 300 miles still to drive to get to Tucumcari. Rio Puerco, the Pig River. Down to 17th gear. Back up to 55 miles an hour. Miles an hour. Shipped up in the 18th. There we are on our way, on our way. All right, well that's about as exciting as it does get. So I think I'll let everybody get back to their fun, exciting kind of stuff. Hint, hint, Roy and Becky. I know you probably got laundry or greasing the lug nuts or playing with some fiberglass or something. You got something to do. So I will say thank you for joining me from Arizona and Little Bitty, New Mexico. Thank you very much. God bless. Stay safe, and we will see y'all later.